Okay, so boys, time to do some cooking. So a really simple dish that we're going to do today. We've got leek, mushrooms, bacon, and cream. Yeah, this is going to be a really simple meal, but we know that if we want to get girls later, we have to know how to cook. So we're going to start off with salt, and they say it should be as salty as the Mediterranean Sea. So you can have a decent amount of salt in it, and then we'll put it on the stove. Okay, so teaching you how to cut stuff properly. There's a specific method of doing it, and basically, if we take our nails and we put it like this, and we grip back a bit, we've got along here a flat edge. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to run the knife along that edge and then just slowly move our fingers backwards. So we don't cut our fingers, but we can actually cut quite quickly. So I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so nails into the leek, and I run my knife along my fingers, and then I can actually cut really, really quick if I want, or just easily, but I don't stand the chance of cutting my fingers off. So again, fingernails are back, and we run a knife along the flat part of our fingers. Yeah? Cool. Okay, so we've basically got here garlic, onions, leek, bacon and mushrooms. We're just using the frozen mushrooms for today because it's just so much easier. So, the way we're going to start off, we're going to put the onions and the garlic in, then the leeks, then the bacon, and the mushrooms. Then we've got some cream that we're going to add to it, and then obviously then salt and pepper and all of that kind of stuff to make it taste good. But the longer we cook it, the more flavor is going to come out. So take your time, make sure you cook everything nicely. Maybe add in a little bit more water, that it cooks away, that the sauce becomes actually thick and then really full of flavor. Okay, so now we're down to the actual cooking part of it. If we bring this in a bit, drop it down. Okay, cool. So in goes the onions and garlic. Yeah, I like to use this cast iron pan because it gets really, really hot. And I think it's just nicer for cooking. So, a little South African trick that we like to do is you like to take a little bit of Coke and add it into mushrooms or to onions and garlic. So it's going to caramelize this really nicely, and we have really sweet onions at the end, which is always good. So we let that go until the Coke disappears, and then we'll add in our bacon. Okay, cool. So now we've got our leeks. We'll bomb those straight in. And let them cook through a bit. Remember, this is obviously, we're cooking here for 4 people. If you're cooking for less, then you need obviously a lot less than that. Okay, so you could also add a whole bunch of different vegetables, whatever you want, but the basis, if you use onions, garlic and cream, it's a really good sauce. So then you can obviously just add what you want to it. So we've got our leeks in now. Now we'll just bomb in a whole bunch of frozen mushrooms. Okay. And we'll let that go for a bit. Okay, well while we're letting this stuff cook, we'll make our sauce. So we're just going to start off with some cream. Oops. like to add a bit of milk to that. And then we can add in our spices. I like to add often a bit of rosemary, pepper, some salt. So, got salt in your hand, don't just pour it straight out of the box, because you never know really how much you do. So take it out, and we'll just use 2 little pinches for now. And let's see how that goes. Pretty basic. There we've got cream, milk, a couple of spices, and that's basically it. We'll bomb that in and perhaps add a bit of tomato paste to give it a little bit more colour, a little bit more depth while it's cooking. Okay, cool. So, leeks and everything are cooking quite nicely, they're on their way. Put the pasta in, and we'll let that go, and I've got a trick for you to show you how to test if the pasta is finished. Every good Italian knows how to do it. But now we can throw in the cream sauce. I added a little bit of mustard just to give it a little bit more flavour. So now obviously you can see this is really like a lot of fluid, okay, and we want it to become a nice thick sauce, so we don't have to add anything to that. All we have to do is make sure we cook it now for a good amount of time, that the water evaporates and that the sauce becomes nice and thick, because that's where we're going to get all our flavors from. Yeah, so we'll let this go, and when we're a little bit closer to being finished, we can have a look at it again. So I said we'd let it go, and now you can see now it's nice and thick. Yeah, looking pretty good. So we can turn that down, and I said to you I'll show you now how to test if the spaghetti is ready. So let me just pop this in here, and what we'll do is we'll take out, oh that's pretty hot, take out a piece of spaghetti, and you're going to take it and you're going to throw it onto the roof. Yeah? If it sticks like that, then your pasta is ready. So when cooking, presentation is everything at the end, because that's what people are going to see, and you eat with your eyes first. So what we'll do is we'll bomb this all in here, mix it all together, and then make sure you serve it in a nice container that it looks really good. So all mixed up in a nice bowl. That's what it looks like, and that's a great little meal.